Hey bitch, so today is an interesting day because I kind of want to try to make this a quick one because this is a little crate of decks right behind me, which I'm not even gonna grab completely, because these are decks that's not completely true. There are some cool decks in here, but most of these decks are decks that I didn't take with me during my move. They have been here all the time. I'm going to take one. I did take the crate out, by the way. There are some empty boxes in there too that just hold the guidebook to a deck. For example, the Angel Tarot. I do use that and I do like that, but that's in there. But most of these decks I barely use, or something is wrong with them, or sometimes there's a guidebook in here that, I don't know, came with a deck but was like way bigger and didn't fit into the box. I'd rather have a smaller guidebook that fits in the box than have a really big chunky book. Well, you kind of get what I'm saying, right? So let's start. One deck that I didn't take with me when I went for my move, and that I don't particularly care about, is this, the Inkwitch Tarot deck. I bought this, and to be quite honest, I like the art a lot. But it's one of those, people are going to hate on me because, support your queer fellow creators. And I did because I bought it. It's a pretty good deck, but it's a bit basic for me. It's not a deck that I like. It's too Sassy Burrito-esque for me. I just don't like it. I don't know. I don't like this artwork. I think it's fabulous that Eric gets all the success that he deserves, because obviously this resonated with a lot of people. A lot of people adore this, love this. It's just not for me. It's a bit too basic Becky Rider-Waite clone, and I can see the charm, but it isn't charming me. Up next, a deck I wanted to love, but sadly didn't. I won it in a giveaway, the Velita Woods Tarot. Won it in a giveaway. I was super excited because I had my eye on this for a couple of years. And then when it came in, I realized, I won it in a giveaway of a store. And then it came in, and I realized that this was not a new copy, but it was the store's display copy, and there's a card missing, so it's an incomplete deck. And, there's a lot of people out there saying, don't cry about that. It will, the deck will make up for the card that it's missing. No, a deck is pieces of cardboard, and it won't. So yeah, I don't like it. It's stunning. It's really cute. But I can't use it because it's incomplete. I don't work with incomplete decks. I don't believe in the philosophy of the deck will make up for it. No. This should have been a mass market deck, honestly. It is really good. It should have, a publisher should have picked her up, but that was right around the time when that didn't really happen anymore. Another deck where we're like, what in the make playing cards of it all. This is a really cool deck. It's the deck of symbols, so it's kind of, and this is not a deck I dislike. Also because it's so monochromatic, scratches and stuff that will happen on make playing cards cardstock don't really show up that quickly. So, this is one I do use regularly, and I do love her art. Erin Elise Borsak is a very talented artist. But with the money she raised with the Kickstarter, she easily could have produced a better quality deck. I got this from her, and this was back when a lot of web stores didn't really tell you about like cardstock and card quality yet. And then the deck came in and I smelled it and I was like, oh, that's Make Playing Cards, no doubt about it. You know, should have contacted a better printer and just had them printed there. I'm a bit harsh, sorry. I can't help but be honest. It is a really good deck. The symbols Aaron chose are really up my alley, and I actually, like, as much as I'm bitching now, kind of feel like I want to move this out of the I never use this shit crate. This is actually a cool deck, and I have used this recently. The Tarot de la Nuit in a lovely lift top box, which I love, by Lo Scarabeo. Pretty cool. This is an art deck, y'all. This is not a serious tarot deck. Yeah, it's super nonsensical. Sometimes it does make sense, but this was a whole bunch of pre-existing art and then some commission pieces, I think. It's cute. It's cute. I like it. I like it a lot. This is the only deck I'm ever going to get by her, though. I don't really like her other decks. Those are a bit too far-fetched. But yeah, definitely, like, not the greatest tarot deck ever, but it's kind of cute, giving me goth girl vibes. Yeah, I dig it. I totally would have bought this if this would have been out when I was like 16, 17. I would have been like, yes, that's the deck I'm going to go for. It's cute, and it didn't cost me that much, so it's fun. Up next, the Malefic Times Tarot. Man, I can't post it. I can't post this video. Yeah. So, the Malefic Time Tarot. Luis Arroyo and Romulo Arroyo. Love this. Or is it Rojo? No, I think it's Arroyo. This is really cool art. It's very Pippish. I don't mind a Pip deck, you know. I love this art style very much. I love that it's a smaller deck. I love the backs. Is it very meaningful all the time? No. Is it mostly pre-existing art? Yeah. Do I care? No. I love the way the pentacles look. It's one of those older Fournier decks, which, you know, it just looks dope. It's a cute little deck. It's kind of what they would sell at, like, the Gothic store way back in the day. They would have a ton of his art, Louis Rojo art, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's sort of post-apocalyptic kind of looking, but this, I can kind of see why this is in the whoops, I forgot to bring this crate with me crate. Oh man, and then there's a whole bunch of guidebooks here. And then I have this. This is actually really cute. The Hoping Soul of Lenormand by Ricardo Fonseca. Used to engage with him a ton. Not so much anymore, but it's a really, 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 really pretty looking Lenormand deck with gorgeous backs. Look at that. It's good. It's simple. This should be in my Cartomancy box, but I already know why it's not. It's because of the pretty big box that this is in. The artwork is by an artist called Mitsu, and it's really cute, honestly, guys. You know, and it's simple. It does what it needs to do. There's no unnecessary symbolism except in some cards, like this one right here. But usually it's a really fun, modern take on what the Lenormand can be. So it's cute. It's cute. It's cute. What you guys don't know, because you're seeing a version of this video, is that I've edited the crap out of this, because I've shown some decks while filming that literally got me really emotional because of the interactions I had with the creator, but I can't show that online. So if you want the raw and real footage, and I never do this, but this one time, I couldn't upload the actual, like, video because of I don't know. I might be considered unprofessional or rude. This deck, though, cute as hell. The Alice Oracle. To be quite honest, I etched this. Yes, I etched it in this gorgeous red. Look at that. Wow. That's an upgrade. Out of all of the Lucy Cavendish JBG decks, I feel like this is probably my least favorite. Have to be honest. I never felt that connected to this. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is, because I do love JBG's Alice style paintings. Maybe, I mean, I'm not letting this go at all, but maybe I should use this a bit more. To be honest, though, after creating that JBG tarot and seeing that literally every deck her art has ever been in was a deck not created from a passionate collaboration between artist and author, but just an author picking from already existing art stock, back catalog, has kind of soured a couple of these JBG decks for me. Apart from her mermaid one, where I feel like, yes, it was also pre-existing art, but she had a way bigger part in the creation process. But for me, and I can't look in Lucy Cavendish's, like, life, and I really do respect her because she does write a mean deck, guys. She's a really good deck writer. But there's just something about that style of deck making, which I also feel like is kind of dying out, thank God, that just doesn't... It feels a bit meh. It feels a bit phoned in. However, I do love the magic, so I could not ever let this go. I do know why this is in my, probably gonna forget about you, crate. And last, is it last? No, it's not last at all. Tarot deck time. So this is by Ash. Ash is a Dutch creator, and they're really cool, and they're, I don't know, they're kind of like, I don't know, they're not the most like communicative on social media, but we have engaged, and it's a really dope deck. The thing with it is, it works with these elemental sigils, so you kind of got to be aware of that. I used to love decks that did this, just the elemental sigil and the number. But, you know, when you do lots of readings, you kind of always have to be on your A game and, you know, recognize that symbol. And I know it's only 4, but sometimes that can be a bit difficult. It's stunning, though. But this is not a deck that I use a lot. However, I do really appreciate it, and I also appreciate that it's from a Dutch creator. And I also appreciate that they are awesome. They also made a stunning playing card deck, and yeah, it's just very cool, very aesthetically pleasing, very, very me. And last but not least, but this is just in there because I used this a ton a while back, and I was looking around for a place to put it, and I didn't have any room, and there was some room in this crate, so this definitely doesn't belong in the forget-me-not crate. Also edged this in gray to kind of match the backs, but it didn't turn out the greatest. But you know, you live, you learn. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite Oracle decks. I think Stacey DeMarco is a good Oracle deck writer, especially when it comes to Oracle decks kind of for beginners. So when I discovered this sort of at the beginning of my cartomancy tarot reading journey, Oracle deck reading journey, I literally almost cried when I found out this existed. This gets a lot of hate because all the men look too buff and too comic booky and too He-Man Masters of the Universe, but I love that. So yeah, it's really good. Really dope deck. The only gripe I have with it is that I never get the gods that I want whenever I use it. because I always get, which ones do I always get? I always get this one, this one. I never get the gauze I want. This one, I'm going to show it to you in a bit, but I'm going to have to sort it out. I never get the cool ones. I want the cool ones, you know? I want Vishnu. Like, come on. This one. Yeah, I always get these. So Prometheus is a really cool, like, story, but the image I just don't like that much. Akat, dedication. Apuch, Apuk, whatever. Fear, and Mithras, sacrifice. So, I don't know. Those are cool. I do like the last one, but sometimes when you get, especially with smaller decks like this has like 38 or 36 cards or whatever. And when you kind of get those repeaters, it becomes a bit boring. But I don't know. I just love it. I really love it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, because now we're actually done. And I hope you guys enjoyed the mess that was this video. The reason why I can't show you the full video as it was, the raw and real footage, is, you know, the reason for that is we all know how rabid this community can be, and I feel like I have to protect myself from that. So, love you all, and bye, bitch.